Applying a classifier in Navure. Classifiers like k-nearest neighbor, linear discriminant analysis, and random forest operate through a two-step process: training and application to new data. The final purpose of classification tools is their application to new data. To illustrate the application of a classifier, we will first train a random forest using the Satellite C dataset from the test data repository. Subsequently, we will apply this trained classifier to another dataset, Satellite NC, also present in the test repository. Upon opening Satellite C, you will encounter a table featuring 5 columns and 72 rows. Each row represents a satellite image pixel. The columns encompass measurements from 4 channels, C1 through C4, and ground-based land cover classifications, which fall into 4 classes: shrub, saline soil, pasture, and bare soil. Now let's train the random forest classifier. Click the Multivariate tab, then click the Random Forest button. Drag all the numeric variables into the Numerical Predictors pane, then drag a cover into the Class ID pane and click the green Play button. This button applies the same options you would see if you clicked the blue arrow and made no changes. This is a small training dataset, and it will not take long time to finish. As we can see, accuracy is at least 95%, see the accuracy lower limit. Now, access the Satellite NC test file in the test data repository. The table mirrors the structure of the training dataset, with identical columns except for the cover type, which is the data we aim to append to each data point. Go to the Multivariate tab and click the Apply Classifier button. A drop-down menu appears. Select Apply to Current Table. A dialog box opens. The left pane is currently empty, and the right pane may contain one or more entries, depending on whether you've trained other classifiers before. Note, however, that the first entry in the list is the last classifier you trained. If you select the checkbox next to the first entry, the left pane will be populated with the features used by the selected classifier. If all items are checked, this indicates that these features were found in the column names of the current table. If at least one is unchecked, you can't proceed. Click the OK button. Upon completion, a message will inform you that a new column, CLFR_cover, has been created in the data set. The classification process is fast once the classifier is trained. Return to the Multivariate tab and click the Apply Classifier button again. Select Apply to Text Files, .txt, in a folder from the drop-down menu. The dialog box is similar to the one for classifying a data table. If you have selected the classifier in the right pane, the folder icon in the upper right corner of the pane is enabled. Clicking this icon allows you to browse for the folder that contains the datasets you want to process. We have already created a folder on the desktop called A Set of Text Files to Classify, which contains 4 copies of the Satellite NC in text format created for illustrative purposes. When the folder is selected, the names of the text files found in the folder will be displayed. Each file name has a check mark to indicate that the file contains the same predictors as the classifier. Click the OK button to submit each file for classification. The results display the names of the successfully processed files and the number of successfully processed files out of the total number. Check the folder containing the processed files, and you will find new files with the prefix processed. Open these files to find a new column with the classification.